I'm going to talk about something that's very close to my heart. In the spring of 2009, my brother was diagnosed with cancer. He was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, a rare form of bone cancer. He had knee surgery, and a couple days after was complaining about his lower back. He decided to go into the hospital, and the doctors decided to go into surgery. I was in school that day, and my grandmother picked me up after the bell rang. We rushed to the hospital before he went into surgery. I told him good luck before he went in, and that was that. The news that we heard after that would forever change our lives. The doctors called my parents and myself into a back room and told us that PJ had a tumor in his lower back. Once I heard the word tumor, my whole world seemed to stop. There was not much to do after except go home and wait for the results. So the next day at school, I couldn't think about anything besides the word tumor. When the bell rang, I darted out of the school and was greeted by my grandmother again, and she took me to the hospital. We walked up to where my brother's floor was, and I saw my mom, who looked like she'd been crying for years. She said he had cancer. Our next step was to head to Johns Hopkins Hospital, where he would undergo a year of chemotherapy and radiation. After the first round of his chemotherapy, we knew what we were in for. My brother had constant vomiting, nosebleeds, and would suffer from endless trips to the hospital. This was the toughest year of our lives, but we grew stronger and loved each other harder every day. In the spring of 2010, my brother was declared no evidence of disease. That was one of the happiest days I can remember. He will never be back to normal because he suffers from paralysis and memory loss, even though he's considered a long-term survivor, which means he has 5 years no evidence of disease. Seeing him live his life to the fullest inspires me every day. He has a full-time job and lives on his own and is like any other normal 25-year-old. The year shaped me to be who I am today, and even though it was the toughest year of my life, I would